Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
And the wind will be an issue for us again today. Gusty winds mean high fire danger. I'll explain.
Also, homecoming trouble. A party during North Carolina Central's homecoming week led to traffic backups, tow trucks, and at least one serious crash. The problems police, students, and nearby residents are trying to sift through this morning.
And dramatic chase. Video only on WRAL shows the moments police tracked down a bank robbery suspect. That was intense video. We'll show you more of it coming up. Thanks for joining us here on your Thursday morning. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
And I'm Ken Smith. You know, it's chilly but breezy, which leads us to the situation where no burning today. And let's find out why from meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner and the WRAL Severe Weather Center tracking it all for us.
Yeah, so people probably don't want to hear this, but you probably should not do any burning all the way up until maybe early next week. That's when we'll start to see some rain back into our forecast. Winds gusting this afternoon, 25 to 30 miles per hour. And the increased fire danger covers almost the entire state. Between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m., you're encouraged not to do any outdoor burning. There were some fires that popped up across our area yesterday. And again, any of those will spread very quickly with the winds this afternoon. It's nice and quiet here right now as we take a look from our Jimmy V camera down through Fayetteville Street. 49 as our temperature. Our dew point is way down at 29. That just means it's very, very dry. We've hit 38 in Rocky Mount, 42 in South Hill, 40 in Fayetteville. So it's a chilly start out there for a lot of folks this morning. Our temperature will climb to 71 this afternoon, but this may be the last 70-degree day we see for a while as temperatures begin to drop, getting closer to the weekend. Not great news here with Melissa, likely to become a major hurricane passing very close to Jamaica. That's likely to cause some damage there. We'll be watching that one closely, Ken.
And Elizabeth, at 8:01, boy, that northern loop of the Beltline remains a real trouble spot. Now we've got a crash around the Six Forks Road area. There was a crash on Glenwood Avenue. That has since cleared, but you can see the huge congestion stretching all the way back to the I-440, I-87 split. You're looking at a 23-minute delay on that northern loop of the Beltline. Depending on where you're coming from, you might want to take the I-540 as an alternate route. Let's head down to Johnston County. There's a crash on Highway 210 right near Berea Church Road, causing a huge mess in both directions. Sky 5 over that scene right now with these live pictures to give you an idea exactly what we're looking at. We're told that this involves some type of a crash into a power pole. You can see one of the damaged vehicles there. You can see the power lines down. Emergency crews have not been on the scene just yet. Of course, we have a crew working to figure out exactly what's going on, how this happened. As soon as we get any more information, we'll be sure to let you know. Back here into the WRAL Traffic Center, that southern loop of the Beltline. This is the usual morning congestion that we see this time of the morning. I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road, you're looking at an 11-minute delay. So give yourself some extra time if you're heading toward that area of that southern loop of the Beltline. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thanks, Ken. This morning, 4 people are recovering after they were hurt in a crash near a large North Carolina Central University homecoming party. WRAL's Ali Caldabar is live outside NCCU this morning for us. And Ali, we are working to learn a lot. We're working to learn whether this huge party was sanctioned by the university. That's one thing, at least.
Michelle, we know that that party, it was about 35 minutes away from campus. We also know that that crash was about a mile away from the party. So we are working to find out if the people involved in that crash were students. And this is video shared with WRAL of that crash scene. Authorities tell us that 8 people were in that SUV. They tell us 2 people had seatbelts on, 2 were in the trunk. The SUV crashed into a parked car and flipped around 8:30. 4 people were hurt. They're expected to be okay. But again, that crash was less than a mile from this NC Central homecoming celebration. And this video shows those massive crowds at that party. It also shows cars parked illegally, some even blocking the road. Many people's cars were even towed. One student we spoke with says she had to figure out a ride home.
The parking situation is crazy. I don't know how we're going to get home, but we're going to find a way. Me and my group are going to find our way home.
Now, Highway Patrol also tells us that there were 1 to 2 crashes reported in Person County as well. So we are working to learn from the university if they sanctioned this party. We're also working to find out if those were students involved in that crash. Reporting live in Durham, Ali Caldabar, WRAL News.
Wake Preparatory Academy is on remote learning today. The charter school says this is because of a situation involving law enforcement. The school did not elaborate on exactly what happened. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office is handling this investigation.
This morning, we are trying to learn more about a reported drowning in Zebulon. Police say they were called to Randwick Valley Court near NC 39 around 6 o'clock last night. The victim was rushed to the hospital. Police have not released any information about that person or their condition.
This morning on what caused a series of small fires along Highway 540 last night in Cary. Firefighters from Cary, Morrisville, and Apex responded to the fires near Green Level West Road. Investigators believe it initially started as one fire before windy conditions sparked two more. The fires were quickly put out.
A high-speed chase suspect ran into a Knightdale business after crashing his SUV. Look at this video captured by Sky 5. It shows the moment 52-year-old Anthony Mingo crashed his car along Knightdale Boulevard and fled that scene. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is outside 101 Kitchen for us this morning. And Kelsey, we've learned that law enforcement was tracking down a bank robbery suspect.
Yes, Michelle, deputies were at the scene for several hours yesterday. 52-year-old Anthony Mingo was running inside this restaurant here, 101 Kitchen, after leading deputies on a chase and crashing his SUV. This video, only captured by Sky 5, shows you how it all happened. First, you can see Mingo's SUV weaving in and out of traffic. He later crashes the SUV along Knightdale Boulevard. Then he runs away and heads inside 101 Kitchen. You can see people running out of the restaurant as Mingo runs in. We spoke with the driver who witnessed the chase.
We knew he was running from the law because the law passed us.
The owner of 101 Kitchen says deputies eventually caught up with Mingo inside the kitchen near the stove. Deputies say he injured himself and was taken to the hospital. You can see him on that stretcher there. Last night, we also learned Mingo is a suspect in a Raleigh bank robbery. This morning, we're working to find out more information, like when will this restaurant reopen, what is Mingo's current condition, and what charges will he face. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Wake County.
Enfield police identifying a suspect in connection with a string of break-ins Tuesday. Police say officers searched Travel Scott's home and found him there. They say he ran out the back door, leading officers and a canine unit on a chase. He was able to escape. Police found items that were stolen in several break-ins at the home. Enfield police say several felony charges are forthcoming.
Today, we expect to learn more about civil rights leader William Barber's plans to take legal action against a newly approved congressional map. Barber will hold a news conference later today. The state house gave final approval to changes to congressional district lines yesterday. Republicans redrew the districts to ensure they pick up another seat in the U.S. House next year. Democrats have criticized the process, even calling it racist. One of North Carolina's only black lawmakers in Congress, Don Davis, is likely to lose his seat because of the change. And Davis is responding to the new congressional map, saying, quote, "It is not only one of the darkest moments in our state's history, but the way it was done, offering limited public participation by those affected and ignoring the voices of those who did participate, is morally wrong on all fronts."
Michelle, I want to bring our viewers into the WRAL Live Center for this update. Within the past 25 minutes or so, Vice President J.D. Vance criticized Israel's parliament vote on the West Bank annexation. He said it was kind of an insult the way he saw it. The vice president criticized this move while he was finishing up his trip to the region. He said, quote, "The policy of the Trump administration is that the West Bank will not be annexed by Israel," end quote. Mind you, just this week, Vance announced the opening of a facility where 200 U.S. troops will work with Israel's military to plan the reconstruction of Gaza.
All right, Chris, another attempt to end the government shutdown failed. This is a live look at the Capitol, where last night the U.S. Senate failed for the 12th time to pass a stopgap funding bill. Another vote could happen as early as today, day 23 of the shutdown. The U.S. Senate could also vote on a bill that would pay essential federal employees. These are workers currently working without a paycheck. GOP Senator Ron Johnson introduced that bill. It's unclear if it has enough support to pass. Now, many federal workers are struggling to make ends meet right now, with many turning to food banks for help.
And as food banks are struggling to meet the need, Ken, today is Hunger Relief Day at the North Carolina State Fair. Anybody who brings 6 cans of food to any gate will get in for free. It's as simple as that. This is in partnership with Smithfield Foods and benefits the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. The food will help feed people across 34 counties in our state. Food banks say this is a critical time for them.
We're seeing an impact every day with more people needing our services, as well as fewer dollars that we have to be able to provide the food that so many people need.
Since 1993, donations during this drive at the State Fair have totaled more than 6.8 million pounds. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, new videos showing us work being done after sunset last night at the White House. You see it right here. Crews are demolishing the 83-year-old East Wing to make way for President Trump's new ballroom. The Trump administration expected demolition to be complete. It comes as we're in the midst of the second longest government shutdown in history, as we've just been reporting. U.S. Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina says the start of the project is, quote, bad timing.
We're talking about building a ballroom when we're trying to get the economy squared away. Timing's bad.
Well, the cost of the ballroom has risen to $300 million. The White House claims it will be funded by President Trump himself and private donors. The list of donors include Amazon, Apple, Lockheed Martin, Google, Meta, and Microsoft. Top now, 8:11. Daring rescue. A tow truck driver suspended over an overpass after a crash. Our first responders there in Texas were able to get that driver to safety.
And raises on hold. A lack of a budget agreement putting pay increases for teachers and state employees in limbo. Why lawmakers are waiting it out.
And windy conditions this afternoon, it means increased fire danger. I'll tell you when it's not going to be safe to burn. 8:14, let's start here in Boone, where the color is going to be absolutely gorgeous from Boone to Asheville over the weekend. After that, a lot of it is likely to continue to fade. The color in the tops, in the highest elevations like Grandfather Mountain, Mount Mitchell, most likely is already gone. But again, around Boone, Asheville, Bryson City, all is going to be good. It's going to be chilly tomorrow on Saturday in Boone, 57, and then 66 in Asheville. And on Sunday, we'll see cloud cover and cool temperatures, but it's not likely to rain. So if you're going for the weekend, you're going to be just fine. It'll be a beautiful weekend at the coast. This is a live look at Carolina Beach. Even the rip current danger is low right now. I can't remember when that map was low, but it's going to be chilly. Our temperatures along the beaches are going to be mainly in the 60s, and that'll be the case again on Sunday. We'll also see falling temperatures over the weekend and a chance for rain on Monday. We'll check that out coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, at 8:15, we want to stay on top of that situation in Johnston County. This is a crash on Highway 210 there in Johnston County near Berea Church Road. You can see the delays it's causing in that area. We have Sky 5 over that scene right now, giving you a live look at what you're seeing. It involves a vehicle crashing what appears into a power pole, bringing down some power lines. We have a crew there on the scene working to get some more information, and at least we figure out what happened and whether or not there are any injuries. We'll let you know what's going on. And of course, coming up, I'll let you know about any delays coming into the capital city on any of our major routes.
All right, Ken, thank you. Terrifying moments caught on camera on a Texas interstate. Look at this. Crews worked meticulously to rescue a tow truck driver as his truck dangled over an overpass. This happened near Dallas. Authorities say the truck crashed through a barrier while trying to avoid hitting a disabled vehicle. First responders were eventually able to rescue the driver from that dangling truck. He was treated for minor injuries at the scene. The deployment of out-of-state National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon is on pause for now. The deployment was blocked by a previous ruling. Now the Trump administration wants the judge to drop that after a circuit court ruled to allow deployment of Oregon troops. The judge will hear arguments from both sides at a hearing tomorrow.
It looks like North Carolina teachers and state employees will have to keep waiting a little while longer for raises. Yesterday was the last day of the year. The state house plans to be in session. Republican leaders worked together this week to redraw the district voting map to send more Republicans to Congress, but they made no progress on negotiating a new state budget. Now, unless something major changes, there will be no raises coming or any other state spending changes until sometime next year.
A North Carolina woman is sharing her concerns after her doorbell camera captured this video here. It shows the moment you see that car speed right past that school bus, and the school bus had its stop arm out and lights flashing. Ashley Gerard says her son was walking toward the bus when he noticed something that made him stop.
It was going too fast, and if I would have stepped out, it would have hit me.
That is a smart young man. In North Carolina, the consequences of passing a stopped school bus include a minimum fine of $500 plus court costs.
Well, the 2025 Clayton Harvest Festival gets started today. All the fun begins on Main Street around 5 this evening. There will be events at Horn and Town Squares, admission, parking, all free. But rides, games, and food, well, that costs you a little bit of money. Ticket information and festival hours are available on the Clayton Harvest Festival website. The festival will run through Sunday. The town of Apex asking people what the town should look like in the next 30 years. Well, there will be a public forum today to discuss Peak Plan 2055. Town leaders say this will be an 18-month effort that will help guide growth for the next 30 years. The forum will begin around 4:30 this evening and will run until 6:30 at Town Hall.
Firefighters issuing a warning about foam pumpkins. The Apex Fire Department posted these photos to show how a foam pumpkin caught on fire after it was left near a burning candle. The fire department says this could have easily turned deadly. They're asking people to never leave candles unattended and to use battery-operated candles inside pumpkins or any Halloween decorations for that matter.
All right, Michelle, looking ahead, construction is expected to begin on a new Wake County park later this year. Kellen-Warren County Park spans 59 acres on the Raleigh-Knightdale border. The land was donated to the county in 2018 by the Callum Wyatt family. The park will feature community gardens, a pavilion, walking trails, and playgrounds. It's expected to open in 2027.
The latest edition of the Home Chef Challenge at the State Fair celebrated all things deep fried and tasty. Brian Short earned third place honors with his deep fried mac and cheese bites. Crystal Ridge impressed the judges with her beer battered bourbon salted caramel apple nachos to finish second. And the blue ribbon went to Nathan Haskins for his chorizo and jalapeno deep fried cheese bombs. Oh my goodness. Amazing. I'll take one of each. Well, come meet the WRAL family at the fair this morning. Meteorologist Grant Skinner and Ken Smith will be there from 10:30 to 11:30. And then this afternoon, Brian Schrader and Sarah Kruger will be there from 2 to 3. Ken, I'm so jealous you get to go back. I want to go back.
It's a lot of fun out there. And Elizabeth, I brought a light jacket just to be on the safe side when we were out there this morning.
Yeah, so last time I was there on Monday,
Yeah.
It was really nice and warm outside the tent and really chilly inside
Exactly.
the tent. So yeah, you're going to be just fine if you take that jacket along with you. Our temperature at the fairgrounds right now is 49 degrees. We're looking at beautiful sunshine and not too much wind. There are a lot of flags, of course, around the rides and that sort of thing, and none of them are moving. So we're seeing just light winds. But later this afternoon, the wind is definitely going to be an issue. Tomorrow, temperatures will be a little cooler. We're going to dip into the upper 60s for highs, 67 Saturday, 65 on Sunday. Sunday will be a little cloudier, so you're probably going to be much happier in a jacket or a sweater. And then we're going to watch our next weather maker. It's beginning to develop way out here around the Four Corners region. That will arrive here late Sunday night into Monday. Could last through Tuesday and Wednesday. It is not associated with Melissa, which could cause some major damage to some of the Caribbean. We'll talk more about that coming up. Rainfall totals a little bit uncertain just depending on how all this plays out, but feeling pretty confident that we won't see any rain during the fair. We'll move things out and pause it right here Sunday morning. We're looking at cloud cover increasing. Sunday at 5 o'clock, the rain is still back to, say, Asheville or so. At 11 o'clock, we're still dry, just barely, but then we do see the rain rolling in just in time for the morning commute on Monday. We'll likely see a coastal low developing, and depending on where that develops and how strong it is, will indicate how much rain we may see. But this is sort of a best or a worst case scenario, whatever you want to call it. This is a look at where we could see the heavier rainfall. As a matter of fact, we just got a new update, and we're looking at anywhere from an inch to maybe 2.5 inches. And this would be a more aggressive front and low. Some of them are much lighter than that. So we'll be watching closely. Melissa, let's get to Melissa. Winds at 50 miles per hour. That storm likely to pass very close to Jamaica with very strong winds. It could be a major hurricane. That would happen over the weekend, and so that's something we'll watch very carefully. When we start to see the rain falling here, temperatures are going to be pretty chilly in the low 60s, Ken.
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We want to stay on top of that situation there in Johnston County. This crash on Highway 210 right near Berea Church Road. Let's get these live pictures with the help of Sky 5 this morning. You can see what we're talking about there. That's the vehicle that was involved, apparently crashing into a power pole, bringing down some power lines. I'm sure the power company crews will be on scene shortly to get this rectified. We have a crew right there on the scene working to get some more information. As soon as we get that information, we'll let you know exactly what's going on. Back here locally, boy, we're seeing a real troubled spot in that northern loop of the Beltline. You're looking at an 18-minute delay from the 440 87 split all the way over to Wade Avenue. We're also seeing the similar situation on that southern loop of the Beltline. Right now, you're looking at an 11-minute delay. But if you're coming in from Garner, Johnston County this morning, from Highway 36 to the Beltline, you don't have but 1 minute delay. You're getting ready to head into the car, 101.5 HD3.
Thanks, Ken. License mix-up. A local woman nearly lost hers over a speeding ticket in a state she has never been to. 5 on Your Side explains how they helped her clear up the confusion. And Cooper's debut, the former Duke star, suited up for the first time in the NBA last night.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Time now is 8:26. I'm Michelle McConaughey. A chilly but beautiful start to our Thursday. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner here to tell us how warm it's going to get today.
I love the views on all of our cameras this morning with this gorgeous blue sky and, of course, the Lucky Strike Tower there in Durham, 49. And then, of course, Dorton Arena and the State Fair, 49 right now. A cooler 40 degrees in Fayetteville. It's been a pretty chilly morning out there. If you're headed out for exercise shortly, around 9 o'clock, 50 degrees, 60 at 11, and then 65 at 1 o'clock. Lots of sunshine. We do have breezy conditions in the forecast for this afternoon and high fire danger. Ken?
All right, we're seeing on top of that situation in Johnston County right now is that crash on Highway 210. Here's what we're talking about. Berea Church Road, causing some delays in those westbound lanes. Let's go to Sky 5 right now. You can see what we're talking about. You can see first responders in this particular section of 210 completely shut down. It involves this vehicle right there that crashed into what appears to be a power pole, bringing down some power lines. We have a crew right there on the scene working to get some more information. I'll have another update at the bottom of the hour over on Fox 50.
All right, thank you, Ken. A bank robbery leads deputies on a chase, crashes an SUV into an SUV and takes off. Sky 5 captured it all on video. 52-year-old Anthony Mingo ran into a crowded restaurant after the chase and the crash. We are working to find out what charges he faces this morning. And today is Hunger Relief Day at the North Carolina State Fair. Anybody who brings 6 cans of food to any gate will get in for free. The food will help feed people across 34 counties in our state. Food banks say it's needed now more than ever. The government shutdown limits their funding and could put some federal workers in need. Next on Fox 50, Enfield police make an arrest in a string of burglaries. And up next on Today, Ben Stiller on paying tribute to his parents in a new documentary.
Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Windy again this afternoon. That means we'll have high fire danger. I'll explain what that means for us through the afternoon.
College party crash. An SUV full of people rolls over after leaving a huge gathering. The questions we're asking about a massive North Carolina Central University homecoming party.
And crash and run. Only Sky 5 captured the moment a chase ended in a crash and the suspect ran from deputies. What we're learning about the pursuit of an accused bank robber this morning. Yeah, one of many stories we have for you coming up on your Thursday. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
And I'm Ken Smith. We always appreciate your time. And it's important to dress in layers today.
Yes, it is.
Like usual. Let's get back over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner, the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Not only that, it's breezy, Elizabeth.
It's going to feel a lot like it did yesterday. Maybe a touch windier than yesterday, 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts, but lots of sunshine and comfortable temperatures. Because of the winds that we do have increased fire danger, and that's for really the entire state. It's so dry out there right now that if a fire gets started, that wind is going to cause that fire to spread really quickly. So you want to put off any outdoor burning between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. And that's probably going to be the case all the way through the weekend until we see rain starting Monday. Look at you downtown Raleigh, nice and quiet, not too windy right now, just a little bit of a breeze as we take a look from our Jimmy V camera down Fayetteville Street, 49 right now. and that dew point's at 29. That just means it's very dry. Our temperatures are mostly in the 40s. It's 38 in Rocky Mount right now, 41 in Southern Pines, and 49 in Durham. So we have a pretty wide range. Temperatures will climb into the low 70s for this afternoon with sunshine and breezy conditions. So if you're headed to the fair, you want to take along a jacket just to be safe. Tropical storm Melissa likely to become a major hurricane by the weekend and potentially cause some major damage to Jamaica. We'll be watching that very closely, Ken.
Elizabeth, we do have some delays here in the Triangle and surrounding communities that we'll get to in a minute, but we want to start with this situation here in Johnston County, a crash on Highway 210 around Berea Church Road. Let's get to Sky 5 over that scene right now. You can see exactly what we're talking about. It's a situation where apparently one vehicle crashed into a power pole, a utility pole, bringing down some power lines. As you can see, Sky 5 showing that Highway 210 is completely blocked. We have a WRAL breaking news tracker there on the scene trying to get some more information. As soon as we get any new information, we'll let you know. And of course, when Highway 210 is scheduled to open up again. Back here in the WRA Traffic Center, it's a situation that that northern loop of the Beltline has been a real mess this morning. Right now, you're looking at a 14-minute delay between the I-440 87 split all the way over to Wade Avenue. But once it gets past Glenwood Avenue, it's clear sailing there. That southern loop of the Beltline, we're still seeing the usual morning congestion. But traffic is moving along at a steady clip, albeit a slow, steady clip. You're looking at an 11-minute delay right now. In terms of the big picture coming into the capital city, here's what we're looking at. The main trouble spot will be US 1 Friends and Wake Forest. You're looking at a 7-minute delay coming in to the capital city. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thank you, Ken. North Carolina Central University says a large party in Person County was not sanctioned by the school. Late last night, 4 people were hurt in a crash less than a mile from that party. Video from Sky 5 shows the crowd gathered in Person County, and State Highway Patrol says they believe the crash is connected to the party. WRAL's Ali Kadlabar is live for us this morning at NCCU's campus in Durham. And Ali, we just received new information within the last 10 minutes.
Michelle, we just heard from NC Central, and they said this was not a sanctioned or sponsored event. And we also know from NC Central that they have not confirmed, or they have not been told that the students or the people involved in that crash were students. And so this is video from that crash that happened. This was about a mile away from where this party happened. You can see some of that video from the crash that it was shared with us. We know authorities say that an SUV filled with 8 people crashed into a parked car around 8:30. 4 people were hurt. They're expected to be okay. But again, that crash was less than a mile from an NC Central homecoming celebration. And that's what we're told by authorities was happening on that property. You're seeing in that video, it shows massive crowds. It also shows cars parked illegally and some even blocking the road. We spoke with some students who say that the party became stressful because they had to figure out a ride home because of that towing issue.
This is my first year here, and I just feel like they're really unorganized, and they need to get their stuff together, to be honest, because as you can see, there's a lot of kids out here and stranded and don't know what to do.
Again, I want to confirm the information we just got from NC Central, and they said that this was not a sanctioned party and it was not sponsored by NC Central. We're working to find out more about who put on this party and organized this event. Reporting live in Durham, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Wake Preparatory Academy on remote learning today. The charter school telling us that this is because of a situation involving law enforcement. The school did not elaborate. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office is handling this investigation.
We are trying to learn more about a reported drowning in Zebulon. Police say they were called to Randwick Valley Court near NC 39 around 6 o'clock last night. The victim was rushed to the hospital. Police have not released any information about that person or their condition.
We knew he was running from the law because the law passed us.
Listen, scary moments like that for people in Knightdale yesterday after this high-speed chase you're looking at right now. Video you can only see captured from Sky 5 shows the moment Anthony Mingo crashed and ran into a crowded restaurant. You see it right there, 101 Kitchen. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey live outside that restaurant this morning. And Kelsey, investigators there late into the night after all this played out.
Yes, Ken, deputies were here investigating for several hours yesterday. 52-year-old Anthony Mingo ran inside this restaurant here, 101 Kitchen, after he led deputies on a chase and crashed his SUV. This video, only captured by Sky 5, shows you how this all went down. First, you can see Mingo's SUV weaving in and out of traffic. He later crashes the SUV along Nightdale Boulevard. Then he runs away and heads inside 101 Kitchen. You can see people running out of the restaurant as Mingo runs in. Witnesses describe the chaos inside the building.
I knew he was the guy they were looking for because he was running as if he was being chased. And he had something in his hand, and he ran into Kitchen 101. And when he did that, the officer, highway patrolman, ran in behind him with his gun out. And the people that were inside, 3 of them ran out crying, crawling on the ground.
The restaurant's owner says deputies eventually caught up with Mingo inside the kitchen. Deputies say he injured himself and was taken to the hospital. You can see him there on the stretcher. Last night, we also learned Mingo is a suspect in a Raleigh bank robbery. We're working to find out more information this morning, like when will this restaurant reopen, what is Mingo's current condition, and what charges will he face. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Wake County.
Civil rights leader Dr. William Barber plans to take legal action against the new congressional map. Barber will hold a news conference today to announce the legal challenge. The State House gave final approval to changes to the congressional map yesterday. Republicans redrew voting district boundaries to ensure they get another seat in the U.S. House of Representatives next year. Democrats have criticized the process, even calling it racist. Don Davis is one of North Carolina's only black lawmakers in Congress. He'll likely lose his seat because of the change.
Today is Hunger Relief Day at the State Fair. It is one of the busiest days of the fair because donating 6 canned food items gets you in for free. All the food benefits the Food Bank of Eastern North Carolina, and this is happening at a time when food banks are facing critical additional needs. State and national leaders have not passed budgets to fund food assistance programs.
How do we do more with less? Because there's a bigger need, but we have fewer dollars. As you mentioned, with not having a state budget, we used to get state funds. And this is actually the first year that in the proposed budgets that are out there, they have cut food bank funding for the first time in 35 years.
Local food bank managers say more people need them, but the food banks have less money. Even more people expected to turn to need them as the shutdown affects additional federal employees. SNAP benefits are expected to last at least until next week. The U.S. Department of Agriculture does not have enough money to fund SNAP through November. The USDA is asking states to withhold benefits while they work on a plan.
Well, if you plan to bring cans to the State Fair today, why don't you take a moment to stop by the WRAL booth and visit with members of the WRAL family. Grant Skin and I will be there at 10:30 this morning. We'll be there for an hour until 11:30. And then this afternoon, Brian Schrader and Sarah Kruger will be there from 2 to 3.
Tomorrow is set to be the first time some federal workers miss a paycheck because of the government shutdown. This shutdown crossed the 3 weeks line and is the second longest shutdown in U.S. history. The Senate failed to pass the government spending measure for the 12th time last night by 6 votes. 60 votes are needed for it to advance. Another vote is expected to happen today. The Senate could also vote this week on a bill to pay essential federal workers. They are not furloughed. They're just working without pay. At least one Republican argues the bill could reduce pressure to reopen the government. Some Democrats say they want all federal workers to be paid, not just the ones President Trump deems are essential. More charges could be filed in the crash that killed 3 E.E. Smith football players in Cumberland County. Diamond Monroe is in the hospital and faces 3 involuntary manslaughter charges. Fayetteville police say she and her sister, Destiny Jenwright, were racing. That's why the crash happened 2 weeks ago. Jenwright surrendered to police and bonded out of jail. She's facing speed, competition, and careless and reckless driving, among other charges.
Well, this morning, a traffic alert for drivers along Wendell Boulevard Falls Boulevard, I should say. A couple of traffic lights will be worked on. The intersection of Wendell Boulevard and Roseville Road or Eagle Rock Road. Around 9:30 this morning, that will be the first one that will be affected. Now, at Leith Auto Park around 11 o'clock this morning, the other traffic light will be out. That will give the opportunity for workers with Duke Energy to do some system upgrades.
Time is 8:41 with this breaking news. Within the past 15 or so minutes, we have learned that former Charlotte Hornets player Terry Rozier was arrested in a federal gambling-related investigation. This happened down in Orlando. He was arrested at a hotel there, and this morning at around 10 o'clock, we expect to get an update from the FBI Director, Kash Patel. But it's not just Terry Rozier that was arrested during this investigation. We also know that current Portland Trailblazer coach Chauncey Billups was also arrested as well. There are multiple reports that have been around regarding sports betting or sports books that have looked into some what they call suspicious results regarding a gambling game, or rather a game back in 2023 in which there was it looks like it was a Hornets and a Pelicans game during the time. So we're going to hear what the FBI director has to say at 10 o'clock this morning, but certainly a pretty big shakeup considering this investigation of some pretty big names.
Yeah, sticking with the sports theme, but in a different vein, the Major League Baseball World Series kicking off tomorrow. The defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. This is video of the Dodgers landing in Toronto. First pitch for Game 1 is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. You can watch all the action right here on Fox 15. Time now 8:42. License nearly lost. Imagine reading your driver's license is suspended for a ticket for a state you really never visited. 5 on Your Side uncovers how a simple mistake nearly cost a woman her driver's license and how to protect yourself.
And search for a suspect. Raleigh police looking for a car that hit an off-duty firefighter. The update on how that firefighter is doing this morning.
Heading to break, we want to take you outside, give you a live look at Chapel Hill, at Franklin and Columbia Streets. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will show us the fire danger and wind gusts we expect today.
Watch WRAL News 24/7 over the air, Channel 34, and Spectrum, Channel 1257.
You're driving down the road and out of nowhere, boom, you get hit by a big truck. You're seriously hurt, you got huge medical bills, and you don't know how to pay for them. But then you call me and boom, just like that, I'm in there fighting to get you the big money you need. We recently got a client who was injured in a big truck wreck, $2.75 million. I'm attorney Brian Ritchie, and I'm on top of it.
Hurt by a big truck? Call 999-2222.
If you have knee pain, I'm going to tell you something that could change your life. Arthritis Knee Pain Centers use an advanced non-surgical procedure to relieve your knee pain without opioids, surgery, or downtime. It's covered by Medicare and most private insurance.
Knee pain changes everything. My knee pain would wake me up during the middle of the night.
I felt like I was dying because it hurts so bad. I'm like, am I ever not gonna hurt?
I had moved on it the wrong way and I could barely stand up.
It affected my walking, my sitting, even my sleeping. It would wake me up.
Arthritis knee pain gets in the way of everyday life. Even simple activities become difficult. But you don't have to live with knee pain. Call Arthritis Knee Pain Centers now and schedule your no-charge, no-obligation knee pain screening.
Call 800-825-1604. That's 800-825-1604.
At Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, our doctors use an advanced image-guided procedure to restore natural lubrication and cushioning in your knees. Our FDA-approved treatment has no downtime or recovery period, and many patients feel relief from the very first treatment.
The elimination of the pain was so fast that I just thought this was a miracle. When I walk, there is no pain whatsoever. I could do anything I want without knee pain.
Arthritis Knee Pain Center absolutely changed my life. It absolutely gave me back a quality of my life that I did not have.
Remember, our procedure is covered by Medicare and most private insurance. So call Arthritis Knee Pain Centers and schedule your no-charge, no-obligation knee pain screening now. Get started on your journey to a better everyday today.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, they relieve my pain and change my life.
They're a blessing. This is just a total blessing.
Call Arthritis Knee Pain Centers now and schedule your no-charge, no-obligation knee pain screening.
Call 800-825-1604. That's 800-825-1604.
846, winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. Means we have high fire danger again today. That is probably going to be repeated for the next day or so until we start to see some rain or the winds die down just a little. So you're encouraged not to do any outdoor burning between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. There were some fires around our area yesterday, and they could again today spread very quickly. It's beautiful in downtown Apex right now. Nothing but sunshine across the viewing area. Still pretty chilly out there. 49 in Durham, 40 in Fayetteville, 44 in Cary, 38 in Rocky Mount, but 50 in Garner. So we do have a wide range in our temperatures. Walking the dog at lunchtime should be comfortable with mid to upper 60s, and then it will be in the upper 70s for highs later on. This may be the warmest day of the next 7. I'll show you why. Coming up, Ken.
All right, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're seeing that usual slowdown at the northern loop of the Beltline. It's mainly between New Bern Avenue and Capitol Boulevard, but things really ease up once you get past Six Forks Road and Glenwood Avenue. The southern loop of the Beltline, there's I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Traffic is moving at a nice steady clip, and you're looking at just a 4-minute delay on that southern loop of the Beltline. The North Carolina State Fair getting ready to open just minutes from now. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown right around Hillsborough Street, but you can expect that as many people try to make their way into the fairgrounds at this hour.
All right, thank you, Ken. A local woman's license was nearly revoked over a crime she did not commit. She had trouble getting it fixed until she called 5 on Your Side's Keely Arthur.
5 on Your Side has certainly got a lot of complaints about the DMV, but this is a new one. Stephanie Layton of Mebane says she was shocked to get a letter claiming her license was being suspended over a speeding ticket in Maryland. The problem? She hasn't been to Maryland in more than 20 years. She says she called the DMV dozens of times, filed disputes, even paid hundreds of dollars trying to clear her name, but got nowhere.
One person made the comment, well, you must have done something because somebody entered information in, even if they didn't do it right.
Coming up tonight at 6, I'm going to explain what I did to get the situation fixed and what the state is doing to ensure this doesn't happen to anybody else. Keely Arthur, 5 on Your Side.
New driving technology could mean drivers can take their focus off the road. General Motors reporting it is working on eyes-off driving for its vehicles by 2028. The new feature is expected to debut in the Cadillac Escalade 1Q. It will initially only be available for highway use. General Motors also announcing conversational AI in new vehicles starting next year and backup power in its electric vehicles. Well, now a new look at a comedy legend and the return of Bon Jovi.
Yeah, here's a look at what's trending this morning. A first look at a new Eddie Murphy documentary, Being Eddie, examines the legendary comedian's unique and barrier-breaking career. The documentary will include several Hollywood legends along Eddie himself. It releases on Netflix November 12th.
I mean, he really broke barriers. And the thing is, back in the 80s, when I was in college, man, we watched SNL religiously because he was on there.
Because, he's one of the originals. That's amazing.
Looking forward to hear more about him. Well, legendary rock band Bon Jovi announcing its first tour since 2022. So far, the tour includes dates at Madison Square Garden and in Europe. During the group's hiatus, though, singer John Bon Jovi was recovering from medical procedures to his vocal cords. My goodness.
Yeah, he tested his voice out in a private show back in June, and he's like, you know what? Let's go. Let's do it. Back on tour. Good for him. He's keeping it going. He's still got it. People see him, so I love it.
Hopefully there'll be more U.S. tours other than Madison Square Garden in New York.
Right. All right, well, the off-duty Raleigh firefighter hurt in a hit-and-run is home now. Michael Rhodes shared an update last night saying, I was released this evening and will continue to rest and heal for the coming weeks. Rhodes was hit by a car on Monday while working off-duty for a tree removal service. Well, Raleigh police asking for help finding the driver who hit Rhodes. Police say the driver was in a dark-colored car that should have damage to the passenger side. They say it would be missing a passenger side view mirror. Raleigh police want you to call them if you have any information. And the Zebulon Fire Department is warning about fire risks. The department shared these photos to Facebook. They say today is a fire danger day. Zebulon fire crews responded to multiple outside fires yesterday. They wrap up the post by saying these days are simply not good days to burn. And you really have to take that seriously because you can wind up in a lot of trouble if you do start any fires today. Elizabeth?
Yes, and here's one of the reasons why. It's going to be windy again today, just like it was yesterday. We're going to see our gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour, maybe even up to 30 miles per hour at some point middle of the afternoon. So that increased fire danger does include the entire state. You don't want to be doing any burning between, say, 11 and 7 p.m. If any fires do start today, we'll end up seeing those potentially spreading very, very quickly. Once we get into early next week, we're going to have the potential for some rain, and that will ease up these conditions. So hopefully that fire danger will be gone. We take a look at the fairgrounds right now. Let's see. It is 8:52. Those gates are getting ready to open in 8 minutes. It's going to be another beautiful day at the fair right now. It's around low 50s. We take a look through downtown Raleigh. Just a little bit of a breeze there with the flags flying around. It'll be later this afternoon that it becomes windy. 49 here in downtown Raleigh. Dew point's 29. That means it's very dry. Our temperature, the coolest spot is actually Rocky Mount at 38. It's 40 in Fayetteville and 46 in Roxbury. 44 in Cary, so chilly there, 42 in Holly Springs, but 50 in Knightdale and in Garner. 24-hour temperature change, it varies widely. There's some places where it's about 10 to almost 15 degrees cooler than it was this time yesterday, but we won't see as big a change during the afternoon. Yesterday, we were in the mid-70s. We're looking at low to mid-70s across the viewing area. 71 today, then 68 Friday and 67 Saturday. Gradually, our temperatures will begin to drop both in the mornings and in the afternoon. That means if you're going to be tailgating at UNC for the Virginia game in the morning, temperatures could still be in the mid-50s, and game time temperature right around 60, climbing to around 65 during the game. Some chilly mornings too. 48 is our normal low. We're going to be down into the upper 40s to, upper 30s to low 40s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so there could be a little patchy frost. Once the rain starts on Monday, it's also going to be chilly with temperatures only in the low 60s for highs.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. And before we go to break, here's your winning lottery numbers. We'll get another check on weather and traffic next.
I got hurt by a texting driver, and the insurance company is rushing me to settle.
I've got thousands in medical bills, and they're not offering me nearly enough.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, you deserve more. More answers to your questions, more attention to your case, and someone to fight to put more money in your pocket. We got a client who broke their ribs in a car wreck, $100,000. You know me. I'm attorney Brian Ritchie, and I'm on top of it.
Call 999-2222.
Designing a new kitchen or updating your bathroom? Triangle Restore's cabinet program is in full service. The Restores are known for selling donated items, but did you know they also carry brand new high-quality custom cabinets? Crafted locally, Restore's solid wood cabinets come in a variety of styles and colors and feature soft close hardware. Why pay more at a big retailer? When you purchase your new cabinets from the Restores, you're getting a great deal and supporting Habitat for Humanity's mission right here in the Triangle. Visit our showrooms in Wake Forest and Cary to learn more.
Preparing your home for a last-minute showing can be stressful.
Babe.
With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can bypass the market and close in as little as 21 days.
Babe.
There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Sell your home hassle-free.
Babe.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Men of the Raleigh-Durham area, are you suffering with ED? If Viagra and Cialis have let you down, you can still overcome ED. No man should suffer no matter your age or medical history, even if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or prostate problems. National Men's Clinic can help, often in just one office visit. For only $99, you can restore your performance. Our sound wave therapy is clinically proven to improve blood flow safely and effectively. No pills and no surgery. Call National Men's Clinic and get your life back.
Join us for our latest fall season. Visit carolinaballet.com for tickets.
Woody's Furniture, the best in Amish handcrafted furniture. Fine upholstery for the living room. Solid American hardwoods ready to order from our Capitol Boulevard showroom. Woody's Furniture, 5640 Capitol Boulevard in Raleigh.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Time now is 8:56. I'm Michelle McConaughey. A beautiful start to our Thursday. Not a cloud in the sky over North Hills, Elizabeth.
It looks so pretty out all across the area. And yeah, absolutely beautiful here at North Hills. 53 degrees currently. Our dew point's 32. That just means it's very dry. Looking at temperatures anywhere from low 40s to low 50s across the area. And we'll continue to have a nice warm up, looking at mid 60s at lunchtime and low 70s. It will be breezy this afternoon with high fire danger.
Streak snapped. Coming up at 9 on Fox 50, 99.9, the Fan's Adam Gold shares what went wrong in Vegas and how the Canes could bounce back tonight in Colorado. Our next newscast is at 9 o'clock on Fox 50. We'll chat with Adam, and we have so much more. Join us over there.